Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited. I can't believe we're done with the book. Also, Gamer Girl, thanks for all the biddies. What the heck? I like your horse and the 2 hearts. And the dinosaur for 100. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. I actually really enjoyed hearing the like little sound that popped up every time there was a little biddy. It was so fun. Ace, what the heck? 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Aw, big shout out to Ace. Wow, and we met our goal. Thank you. Of course, new button, so I had to clicky it. Oh, I love it. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, Ace, thank you so much. And the little hype train. Aw, thanks. It's so nice. Woohoo, Ace! I know, shout out to him. He's amazing. Yeah, I am so excited. Finished the book today. It was so good. I'm gonna do, hopefully when I get a chance, I'm gonna do a review on the book. Because I think that would be a fun little piece to work on. But I will be doing a review on the book. I think overall, the book was really good and I enjoyed it. There were some words that were used that I felt like kind of broke my immersion a little bit. Like when the word awesome was used. For some reason that like broke immersion for me, but I do think it was pretty well written. I don't think it was too hard to understand for like somebody who, you know, maybe doesn't know much about WoW lore. I think it's still a read you can do, but it was good. What did you guys think? We're so close to housing too, and starting on Arthas. December's gonna be awesome. I know. It's gonna be so awesome. Fishes, thank you for the Prime sub. 2 months. Oh, thank you. Yay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. So sweet. Oh, I can't believe it's already been 2 months. What the heck? OMG, I felt the same about the word awesome. Okay, right? Like, I feel like it really did break immersion for me just because it was like, there's like, it's like towards the end, it was like his like awesome power or something like that. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I just broke immersion. Like, like, I just don't feel like awesome fits in this book. Like, it just, awesome to me is a very like today's time word. So anyway, Affy, hi, how are you? Hi. I have some insider info regarding the writing of Illidan novel and William King's writing style, so I'm biased, I think. Okay, I can see. And I do think his writing is great. I was fine with it. But for some reason, like, he used the word awesome a few times. And like I said, I just feel like that's a very, like, today's time word. And so it just doesn't, to me, it's just, like, not a word that I would, like, I don't know, like, here in a book like this, if that makes sense. That would almost be like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like, I don't know, it broke immersion for me. I took it more as full of awe. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to look at it. Again, for some reason, like when I would read the word awesome, I was like, ah, yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find it. I should have wrote the page down. I'm pretty sure it's like, I know he uses it like one more time towards the end, but I think it was like talking about Illidan's like power or something like that. I'll have to, maybe I can eventually find it, but anyway, I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm gonna start sending out invites. I thought I saw Sarah come in behind me, but I don't know. I don't see her anymore. I'm gonna start inviting, I'm just going to invite everybody right now that's currently online in the community. But of course, if I am missing anybody, please like send an invite my way. We might as well get this party started. Oh, I can't invite her. Okay. Uh-oh. Might have to run up for a second. Uh-oh. Let me change this to a raid. Before I just have to do that anyway.
That one cannot join this group.
Oh, it might have already been in the group. Sorry if I'm going back through and like trying to
join
reinvite you guys. I like forgot who I left off on. Faye.
That one cannot join this group.
Togos. Zilla, Summer. Vale.
That one cannot join this group.
And Dauphiny. Okay. Perfect. Oh, that's so cool. We reached a level 2 in the high train. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ace. Shout out to Ace, Gamer Girl, Vicious. Thank you guys all so much for all the bits and the subs. I appreciate it so much. Okay. That was everybody in there. I think everybody, yeah, that's in the guild I've already invited. So if I'm missing anybody, we'll just send them my way. Okay, hold on. I might have to go up. Let's see what she does. Okay. Whooshy, whooshy. Alright, let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. I'm excited because we have our book club. We're going to chat about the rest of the book and like everything else. I have a little giveaway that I'm going to do, which I'm very excited about. It's a giveaway for the book club. So if you've attended any meetings, your name gets to go into the drawing. For every meeting that you attend, you get your name put in. So if you've attended and I'm just going off of the meetings when we've met for actual book club. So I'm not going off of the very first one when we did like the kickoff. I just don't, I feel like I just didn't get that confidently, like everybody was there. I didn't really like start taking attendance well then. So it's gonna be for these 3. So like any of the 3 that you came, you get your name in. Yeah, so it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be sorry, I'm like reading chat at the same time while I'm chatting about this. Should we go into the secret spot? Yes. It's going to be a $25 gift for the in-game shop. So if you win, you get $25 for the in-game shop to spend it however you want. You can buy a mount, you can buy a couple of pets, you can buy transmog, toys. You can even hold off and hold on to it until they release like player housing stuff in the shop if you want. I don't know when they're gonna do that, but it's up to you on how you want to spend it. But I thought that would be the funnest way of doing that. I thought about doing getting like an Illidan little statue or something, but it's just a little tricky with like mailing things. Then I have to ask people for their addresses, and then I have to do anyway. It just kind of gets complicated. So I figured sending like in-game for like the shop, like a gift amount would be like the easiest, and then people can spend it however they want. So yeah, I'm very excited. All right, let's see. This is the one I want. I want the tavern one. It's just so upbeat and fun. I love it. All right. So we'll just kind of wait for people to file in. I know I didn't say till 7:30, so we won't start until 7:30. I did push 7:30 because my little one, she goes to sleep a little bit later, so it's easier for me to say 7:30 versus 7. Why can't we see anyone? New jeans. Okay, wait. I think I have... Why are we in different phases? Okay, hold on. All right, Nickel, I'm gonna give you leader, and then I want you to re-invite me if you can, okay? Okay, perfect. You're here, Maria. Okay, I'm gonna give you leader. And then I'm gonna leave. And then, Nickel, whenever you can, just re-invite me and see if I can phase in. Oh, are we in? Oh, okay, let's see. Okay, maybe we're just in a different... Oh. Is that the one that's the, like, secret bar area? Because I'm down to meet there. That would be so fun. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's go there. Okay, I'm gonna head there right now. Let's head there. Let's go to the secret bar. I like that idea better. I was thinking like the same secret spot that we met the very first time for the whatchamacallit. Hi! There you go, new jeans. Okay, follow me. You follow me. We're gonna go in this way. There's 2 secret spots. I honestly just named it secret spot, but okay, and then we gotta bow. So bow to it, and then we'll come in. Oh my gosh, stop. This is perfect. Look at the dancers in here. Oh my gosh, I love it. This is so fun. Okay, perfect. And then we can summon anyone who needs summoning. So we are cuties. There's not always a dance party, but we got this special secret event. Oh my gosh, I'm honored, you guys. This is so fun. Oh my gosh, look at this. How fun. Is this the perfect place for us to meet up for our last Illidan book club meeting? I'm so excited. Hi, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. Okay, you guys, this is gonna be so fun. I'm so excited to talk about the rest of this book. Okay, I'm just gonna give it 10 more minutes. I know that's a little bit of a wait, but I did say 7:30, so I don't want anybody who is planning on being here at 7:30 to like miss out. I know we're a little early, so we're just gonna dance and hang out and chit chat and whatever else. So this is so fun though. Oh my gosh. Look how cute. Ah. Okay, well, we'll chat because there's like other things. So Zal, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. We need to chat about a few things anyway, so let's go ahead and chitty chat. So number one, I am currently working on the field trip. I am very excited about this field trip. I'm mapping it out right now. But I have a really good route that I want to go, and we're going to end at the Black Temple, and we're going to then run the Black Temple. Reading the end of Illidan like made me so excited to run Black Temple just because it was such a cool read at the end, with it being so immersive with like the Azerothians and stuff like that. Zal, we're doing a book club right now, so we're meeting in game. Oh, so sorry. I'm like walking around and watching this and you guys can't see it. I apologize. We're doing book club, and right now we're in like a little secret spot in Valdrakken, and we're gonna sit down. So we read Illidan, and so we're gonna talk about it. Well, the end of it. So we just finished it up. So anyway, field trip. I am gonna have us take. Okay, so this Tuesday, December 2nd, is when player housing releases. So it says, servers are going to be down until 3 p.m. They open at 3 p.m. I'm going to do like and I hope you guys don't mind, because I know some of you, I'm kind of, okay, it's a little bit in the air. I don't know what I want to do. Cool. I was going to wait to do like a grand neighborhood opening, you know, at like 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right? But I don't want anybody who's like itching to get into their house and like say it opens up after 3. Like, I don't want you guys to have to wait. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do I'm going to open the neighborhood. So when realms go live, I'm going to go in and I'm going to open the neighborhood so that if there's anybody that wants to just get in there and start, they can. But that night I am going to be streaming about like 7:30, and we will be doing like a neighborhood like celebration thing. Kayla, you don't have to worry, because we're not going to do the Black Temple till I'm thinking next Thursday. So with Tuesday being player housing release, I want to do the field trip on Thursday, because next Saturday I want to do, hi, welcome in, thanks for the follow. Next Saturday I want to do our first book club meeting for Arthas. So how does that sound to you guys? So Tuesday is going to be player housing neighborhood party event. Thursday is going to be our Black Temple field trip. So we're going to be starting at the Dark Portal. We're going to be running on ground mounts. It's going to be a little bit of a trek. So we're going to be running on ground mounts. We're going to be stopping, like we're going to be going through the different parts of Outland. We're going to be stopping at certain parts to talk about like what happened in the book in this area. And then eventually we're going to get to the Black Temple, and then we're going to run the Black Temple all together. Now, to be on the extra safe side, you do need to run it on an Alliance character, because I don't think we can run it as Horde and Alliance, because it's an older raid. And I'll have like a whole, like I'll literally have a whole breakdown and stuff on it, and I'll let you guys know in the Discord and everything, what we're gonna be doing with it and stuff, and like how it's gonna run. I'll show you the roadmap. I'll show you like what to expect. Like literally, my only ask is that you do a ground mount. So it's kind of up to you on how like role-playing immersive you want to be with it. Like if you want to be like a night elf ward on a saber, you know, kind of how like Maeve when she had to do that, like coming through Outland. So yeah, we're gonna do that. OMG, I'm so excited to do the field trip. 7:30. Yeah, we're gonna do 7:30, Liz. And then the run, I mean, I don't think the longest part will be the run, right? The actual like running. So that'll be the longest part, because like Black Temple, you know, Black Temple's not gonna take too long. Okay, let's we'll summon Denaran. Like the Black Temple run itself, but we will be so I guess let me take that back. Black Temple will be a little bit of a time crunch, or not, or time. It'll take some time, because each boss we will stand and talk about for a minute. But obviously we're going to be one-shotting everything. So it'll be like more of a field trip. We stand there, we talk about what we see, and then we like go to the next boss kind of a situation. So I'll join the field trip on my night elf. Is it okay if she's not in the guild, right? Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, totally fine. Nobody has to be in the guild to do this. Literally everybody's welcome to join the field trip, even if you didn't read the book and you weren't part of the book club and you're like, I just want to do this, like experience it. You are totally welcome to do that. So no worries at all. Moon, thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. Welcome in. But yeah, everybody will be welcome. I'm very excited for the field trip though. I think it's going to be fun. Like I said, I'm mapping it out right now. So it should be pretty immersive is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm like hoping for. Let's make trivia questions, and first person to get the answer right gets to hit the boss. That's a good idea, Nickel. Let's throw in, we'll have to, people have to throw in trivia question stuff. Or I guess I can. I'll be having, so what I'm planning on doing is like, obviously I'm the guide of the field trip or the teacher. So, I'll be like guiding everybody through like the route, and then I'll be telling us where we're stopping, and then wherever we stop, I'll do like a little tidbit of like, you know, okay, this is the dark portal. This is where Maeve had to enter to get into Outland. This is where this is where you enter to get into Outland. Maeve ran through here. Alliance and Horde came through here. Blah, 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 blah. All that kind of stuff. So, and then I could do some questions too. I think that'd be fun. Hey girl, hey, hi. How are you? Do you go by Tess? Because your name is Tesseract, right? Or you go by Tech, or you just let me know. But hi, welcome in. Thanks for saying hi. So maybe I'll even get an achieve. Oh, like an achievement? Maybe. If enough of our guild members are in, I think we'll get something. Some kind of achievement thing. Okay, we got 2 minutes. So 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. Reading Illidan has got me so hyped for the TBC anniversary servers. Oh, I know, same. I think I'm actually gonna do that. Oh, Emily, I just saw your messages. I had the exact same thought. Awesome, really took me out. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Emily. I just saw your messages. Let me switch over to my multi-chat. I apologize on that. I just saw your YouTube comments. I'll switch over to multi-chat so I can see your chats, Emily. Sorry that I missed those. But yeah, same. Awesome was just kind of one of those word choices that I wasn't like the biggest on. So hi, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. That's okay. I switched to Twitch. Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I usually don't have my multi-chat on. My YouTube isn't as like poppin', so I sometimes forget to turn it on. But welcome in. Welcome into Twitch. Yes, let me know if you decide to play. I totes play with you. Okay, Kayla, I love that. Yeah, because you have some like good experience on Classic, right? Don't you have, you play in the Classic servers, don't you, right now? But I'll reach out. I think it would just be a lot of fun. Just something a little bit new too, something different. Okay, it is 1 minute. 1 minute. I'm a Classic player mainly. Oh, okay, there you go. Well, perfect. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know, Kayla, for sure. Good to have friends that play. Just makes it more fun. All right, let's take a look. I don't think we have... Let's see if I have... Oh, Emily, thank you for the Prime sub, too. Thank you so much. That was so sweet. Thank you. You're so kind. I really appreciate it. Thank you, friend. Okay. I don't think I'm missing anybody. If I do miss anybody that's like in the community or anything that's like, hey, like send me an invite, and I don't see it, please just like suggest the invite to me. Because sometimes I just miss that. Oh, Kayla, thank you for the Prime sub. You guys, that is so sweet. Thank you so much. Thanks for using your Primes. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you. That means a lot. Thanks, guys. Okay, I think we're about ready to go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Sarah, are you here? No, Sarah just logged on. Hi, can I get an invite? Perfect. Yes, of course. Okay, let's summon. Is my summoning stone already gone? It is. Okay. We'll summon Sarah and then we'll get going on it. You can't target this player. Oh no. So Sarah, if you can hear me, can you run the Seat of the Aspects? I'm gonna see if I can run out and find her. Hold on. I'll be right back. Is this the way I can get out? Okay. Let's go see if we can find her real quick. I'm worried that... Where is Sarah? Can I see her? Oh no. Oh, is she in? Is she in? Oh, there she is. Oh my gosh. She's so quick. She's so quick. She knew. Look at you. Yay. Okay. Perfect. We're all here. All right, friends, let's get cozy. We'll get nice and cozy and we'll sit and we'll just get ready to be immersed in the ending of Illidan. I am very excited about this. All right. So yeah, you guys get cozy. Let's get ready to answer some of these questions and just chit chat about the book. All right. Oh, how was it? I think it was escape. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have this up just in case so I can read comments. I can read people's comments. Okay. I do have some questions. So I know we didn't meet last week. So I do have some questions from last week, and then so for this week I combined chapters for questions. Instead of having 7 separate questions, I would take 2 chapters and put them together and create like one question, just because to help too with like time wise too, and like burnout, because I know after you answer like so many questions it can get kind of a lot. So we are going to start with chapter 17, okay? Because I think 17 was where I think we left off in 16, right? Yeah, okay, so 17. So Kama is furious that Illidan broke his promise to spare the lives of his people. Why can't he just leave now? As a leader, what would you have done after this betrayal? So remember, Akama pretty much tricks Maeve into showing up and battling at the Hand of Gul'dan, and she's betrayed her. All of her friends are gone. Well, friends, colleagues, warriors are gone, and as this whole thing is happening, Illidan is using his siphon to siphon and suck in souls, right? That are from the fighters that have passed. And so, but he's siphoning spirits of everyone, including Broken and Draenei, right? And so Kama gets really, really upset and is like, you promised that you would spare my people. And Illidan's like, yeah, well, it's just part of the plan, right? So I'm just curious, why at that time did Akama not want to, why didn't Akama just leave? Or why didn't Akama just, try to take his revenge or anything? I'm curious of what you guys think. I'll give a minute and then, oh my gosh, and then too, I gotta set up Discord. I apologize, guys. Holy moly. I'm so sorry. And look at these wonderful individuals who are literally like already chilling, waiting in the Discord. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I need to add like a little list for myself of like things that I need to do when setting all this up. Okay. So, if you don't know this already, in the Discord, we set up a stage. You can join it. You can join it and listen. There's also an ability to where you can raise your hand and I pull you on stage and you can talk and answer questions. Just please be appropriate. Please don't say anything inappropriate or mean or anything like that. We want to keep it clean and friendly. So I'm in the right Discord channel. I remember being able to hear your audio in Discord at the same time. Yeah, are you in here? Yeah, you're in here. Can you not hear me on Discord? It looks like my little sound thing's working, but let me know if you can't hear me in the Discord. And I think I'm in the right place now. Okay, perfect. I can hear on Discord. Okay, perfect. So I hear you. Okay, great. Yay. So let's chitty chat about that. Obviously Akama couldn't leave because his soul is tied to Illidan had created a shade of his soul. And so if Akama had left, it would pretty much like blow up, and him and all of his broken would perish because they're all connected to him as well. So I'm assuming that's why he had to hold himself back from just like losing it. He could have, but then it would have all been in vain, right? Like it wouldn't have mattered. So I just feel bad for Akama because, you know, we know that he has his things that he's done and he hasn't been a great individual, but like they're called broken for a reason. I mean, they lost like everything, you know, and it's just, it is a shame. Like he really did think like he really didn't have a choice, right? I mean, he was literally like had his arms tied behind his back. There was like no way for him to do anything but give up Maeve, like betray her. I feel bad for Akama. He just wanted his sacred temple back. Exactly, right? He wanted his sacred temple back, and then he just like wanted people to he wanted his people to be left in peace. Like they've suffered enough, you know, and then they just kept getting like, you know, beat down. There's nowhere in Outland he can go that Illidan can't reach him. Yeah, so true. And all of them were then at risk if he didn't. Yes. Well, yeah, true. And it would have just been, I think too, Illidan would have just taken it like just more souls for the siphon. I don't think he would have been phased at all if Kama tried to betray him right there. I think he would have been like, oh well, more souls. Well, if he leaves, he also probably gets hunted and killed by Illidan and demon hunters. Exactly. Well, and then Illidan could just like snap his fingers, right? And his shade would have blown up. That was placed on him, that magical spell or curse that Illidan put on Akama. That's why he had to betray Maeve, because he like had no choice. He felt for Akama and thought he had the most justified reasons to do what he did, betray Maeve. Yeah, no, I agree. He really didn't have a choice. I mean, the poor dude, you know, like he's just trying to protect his people at this point. He's like willing to do anything. And it's really interesting because you have 3 characters who have such a complex, complicated history, and they just want, right? Each of them are wanting to protect or do something that they become obsessive about. And so then it's like you're hearing, like you're seeing these 3 characters, Akama, Maeve, and Illidan. And we got to see throughout the book, like, how complex they are and their actions and, like, why they do what they do. And it, like, it makes you have all these feelings, different feelings, right? Like, oh, I see why Akama did that, or I see why Maeve did that, or I see why Illidan does that. But it's, like, complex. It's, like, a complicated feeling, right? Yeah, he had so much to protect. I feel like he did betray her, but he didn't expect so many people to die, his people or her people. Yep, I agree. Yeah, he was definitely, he tricked Maeve, but Illidan tricked him, right? Like, it's just trick after trick after trick. Yeah, betrayed to keep them safe, but was also, again, betrayed by Illidan. I agree. I wonder how much Illidan told Akama would happen. Yeah, Illidan is he's a shady little dude. So many. I mean, it makes sense why he's the betrayer. It really is. But he's so his story is complicated because, like, and we're gonna dive deeper into that soon, of his actions and like how far he's gone. You know, not to mention the Legion if they knew he was working with Illidan. True, Charlie. True. I mean, the Legion is at this point, right, coming for everyone. I mean, that's the hard thing, and a lot of people don't realize that. Daddy, you make it really hard to root for you. I know, he does, doesn't he? Okay, let's move on to the next question. I don't think I have any hand raises. Nope, we're good. Okay. Vandel's inner demon voice was trying to convince him to join the demons on Nathreza. This isn't the first nor the last time his voice tries this. Why do you think he is able to resist these offers? So I really, really liked Vandel's story. I enjoyed his perspective as a demon hunter. He learned so much about demon hunters through him. He was offered a few times, like, by his demon voice, like, hey, if you just go and join that group of demons over there, like, you're promised safety, power, you'll be a high rank, blah, 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 blah. So thinking about it, like, why was he able to resist these offers? Like, why wouldn't he just do that? Like, wouldn't that be easier? Instead of having to constantly fight against it, you could just, like, go and join, kind of thing. I love Vandel's character. I feel like he was able to resist the demon voice because of his love for his son and his need to revenge. I love that. And I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking. I think because he saw the whole picture, he knew better. He was very insightful, very observant. That was what was interesting about him. Like, he was very, like, open to so many things, and he would actually, like, logically think about them versus, like, other characters who were, like, acting purely on emotion. I think demon hunters are still very mortal regardless of the demon inside. Ooh, I like that. That's very true. Especially as character players, right? Like, we play as them as heroes. Totally agree. Vandel was such a strong character. Yes, he was. He was very strong. I do think he had that special ability about him where he questioned, like, what was happening, but it was almost a good thing he was questioning it because he was able to, like, process it better within his mind when he was questioning. And I think we all kind of know that Illidan almost, like, encouraged that a little bit because then it kind of showed, you know, what, like, who was actually invested in, like, wanting to do this, not just staying quiet. Because anybody who, like, would stay quiet, right, it was, like, almost suspicious, like, what are they doing or what are they gonna do? We got to learn so much through his perspective. Yes, we did. I did not know much about demon hunters until this book. And like I've told you guys before, I would not want to be a demon hunter. I would not want to become a demon hunter. I know we spoke about this last time, but I love how we got to see how much demon hunters sacrifice through Vandel's eyes. Same, Sarah. Now, when they say, I've sacrificed everything, what have you given? It's like, okay, I get it now. You have the right to do that and say that. Clammy, thanks for the prime. 7 months. Oh my gosh, Clammy. That's crazy. But thank you, Clammy. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the prime. Even through the demon hunter starting zone, you don't get to hear the history. You kind of get plopped down in the middle of everything. That's so true, Keiki. I literally, like, because I'm trying to reference back myself, like, in Legion and, like, the demon hunters and everything. And I'm like, oh, God, I just feel like I didn't know much about any of this. Like, we had to go back and revisit Burning Crusade to, like, learn more. It really gave me context for my own character. And when you go through character creation, the tattoo meetings, oh, I love that. That's so true. I'm going to be making a Void Elf Demon Hunter. So yeah, I feel like I'll just have more, better perspective of, like, what she had gone through and her meanings and stuff. But I love that. That's such a good perspective. So it was nice to get to see the beginning of everything. Same, I really enjoyed playing Demon Hunter for the first time while reading this. Yes. It's also crazy the perspective of how many people, or how many didn't make it through the transition. I know, Gwen, that's, like, my heart obviously broke about, like, the mom, right? Like, she didn't make it through. But, like, Vandel's, like, view was, he was like, I hope she's at peace now. You know? Like, because obviously, like, what she went through was, like, very traumatic. But it's like, yeah, it's like most of them didn't even, like, make it through. I'm excited for new character creation and the possibilities with Void Elves and Devourers. Yes, me too. Me too. I'm very excited about that. All right. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Hi, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, so this is when it gets kind of crazy. This is when we start getting a little bit, things really start like moving for Illidan. So Illidan was searching for the key, the seal of Argus, to find the homeworld Argus of Kil'jaeden and Archmedon. Archmedon? Am I saying his name? Anyway, I feel like I'm saying his name wrong. Anyway, he found it and announced he had so openly. Do you think he made a mistake doing this? Now, obviously, we have finished reading the book. We know kind of what happens. But like, as you guys were reading and after he kind of said like what he was doing and he announced it, like what were your guys' initial thoughts when you heard that? I know that I was like, oh, because the Legion really does have spies everywhere. So I'm just curious if like after you guys read that part, like what you thought after he was like pretty much like openly announcing what he did. It's so fun to brag, but yeah, I knew he was going to pay for the earlier comments. So true. Illidan is so arrogant. I definitely cringed when he did that. A little bit cringe. Definitely surprised he said something openly. You know, same, because he was so secretive about so many things. Like, so many things. And then he just, like, announced that. And I was like, what? Ego, ego, ego. Mm-hmm. I shook my head and said, mm-hmm, sure. You know, he is such a... and again, we'll talk a little bit more as we go on, but he is such a complex character. I've learned a lot about him, but he's very complex. I've always thought that you should move in silence, but his pride needed the boost. Yeah, you know, Kayla, that's a really good point to bring up. And as the book progresses, you actually see him slowly lose, right? Like his confidence in like what he's doing. And he questions himself constantly. So it's almost like he needed to do that in order to like be, you know what I mean? To like be like, okay, I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing, kind of a thing. It's also a little sad because he finally felt comfortable telling his plans because he hasn't been able to for so long, and it still came back to bite him. That is true. That's true. I think he is, like I said, he's very complex, and I think that he is actually a good person. He just does these things that nobody else is like willing to do, right? To possibly save Azeroth. And so he gets a bad rap and blah, blah, blah. And, but I think in the end, he really was looking for like even friendship. And we'll talk, because later down at the end of the book, you know, a big significant thing happens to him that really made him really vulnerable, like very vulnerable to us as readers. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. But yeah, we just see it progress throughout the book. He like crumbles confidence wise, and then towards the end we kind of see why, right? Okay, we'll keep going. We're doing a good pace. We'll keep going. All right, so this is chapter 20. Both Illidan and Akama have plans for Maeve. What do you think they are, and how different do you think they will be? So we have talked about this. We haven't really talked about it, but again, reading the book as far as we have, think of it as when you heard Illidan say he has plans for Maeve and Akama say he has plans for Maeve. You know, what kind of went through your head? What plans did you think they were possibly going to have for her? Oh, newbies too. I just saw. Okay, cool. I didn't realize you could write chats in here too. I'll read yours. The original quest, when you had to break out, definitely gave you more insight. There were the web comic type cutout scenes that added to the story as well. Newbies, Which quest are you talking about? Sorry, and I just saw your message, so I know I'm a little bit behind on reading that. But if you could just like let me know which one, which quest you're talking about, that'd be great. I think Akama always planned to use her. Oh wait, I lost it. Oh, there it is. Akama always planned to use her as a weapon against Illidan. Ooh, I didn't even think of it that way. But you're probably right. I knew Akama planned to use her to get to Illidan and try to save his temple, and I thought Illidan's plan was just to make Maeve suffer. Yeah. You know what was a kind of a twist, though? I kind of thought for like a minute. I was like, what if he like... I know he wanted her to like suffer, but like... what? And this probably wouldn't actually be spot on character-wise for him, because knowing him a little bit more. But what if he had like almost like forced her into a transition, right? Like forced her into almost like being a demon hunter because she was so powerful. Or like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like forced her into a weapon herself. Akama essentially was going to use her like as a way of as a weapon in a sense. But like I always thought, not always thought, but it kind of popped into my head like, oh, what if like Illidan was like, oh, she is a very powerful being. Let's use her. Like, what if he was able to kind of like, you know, force her into a demon hunter in a sense? I mainly just feel for Maeve. She is just seen as a tool to both of them, even to Akama, who she thinks is helping her. She's even a bit of a tool to her own purpose and revenge. That is so true. She is. She's just like, she's used by so many things that, yeah, she probably has lost purpose of who she really is. I think Akama wanted her as a distraction to defeat Illidan, and Illidan wanted to make her suffer as badly as he suffered under her watch. Yeah, exactly. I think he wanted to keep her around because she was the only one who really knew him. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's true. I mean, they've known each other the longest, right? So many possibilities for Illidan and Maeve fanfic. Oh my gosh, right? And at the end, when they're fighting, they're like as close as lovers or something like that. And I'm like, ugh, they missed out. It felt like the host had to be willing to become a demon hunter, else it would fail. True. But like, she was so hell-bent on like defeating and like hunting him that like, you know what I mean? Like, would she just let it consume her? I feel like she would like take it as a challenge and be like, I'm not gonna let this defeat me. Like, I'm gonna defeat, because she's such a powerful character, you know? Do we think she should have survived? Do you think she would have survived the transition? I think she would have. I think she would have survived it. Because she's so powerful, and I just don't see her being like, I'm not gonna let a demon take me out, kind of a thing. Enemies to lovers. I know. I know the exact line you're talking about. I screamed out loud when I read that. I know. And there was two parts to it. Hold on. I gotta find it. Right here. Okay. Yet her armor protected her as she closed the distance. She lashed out at the betrayer. He parried. They stood for a moment, breast to breast, close as lovers. She sensed the blazing fury in him, the pent-up hatred and energy. So anyway, when I read that, I was like, what the heck, you guys? Blizzard. Okay, newbies. The Demon Hunter starter quest from when they came out. Oh, okay, so the starter zone. And added to the story as well. Okay, you had to kill demons and absorb them and fight the Legion and escape the Black Temple. Oh, okay, newbies, you know, thank you for clarifying that, because you're right. I guess I personally just never, like, knew that. You know, like, I just never thought of it that way. I didn't even realize they were escaping the Black Temple, like, kind of thing. Amy! Oh my gosh, hi! We're literally talking about our book! And you just missed, Amy, you just missed our fanfic Illidan and Maeve talk. Hi, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Gory, hi. Amy, thank you so much for raiding. That was so kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Amy, don't worry. I will repeat it. Thank you for the follows, by the way. We met our follower goal. 230. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Holy moly. What a night. This has been so fun. Amy. Okay. So there's a part in the book. I have to read this for Amy. And I also have something else to tell you, Amy. So don't let me forget. So we were talking about how obviously like they missed out on like doing a like Illidan Maeve like fan, you know, enemies to lovers. So there's a part at the end of the book, and it says, so they're fighting Maeve and Illidan, and it says, she lashed out at the betrayer. He parried. They stood for a moment, breast to breast, close as lovers. She sensed the blazing fury in him, the pent-up hatred and energy. And we're all like, when we read that, we're like, what the heck? It was literally like, oh my gosh, like, see, it could have been. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I had to reread that to you because it was just too good. Kiki, thanks for the bits. Maeve is the most jaded character in all of Illidan's storyline, rightfully so. Yeah, she's complex, but we kind of still like her. Yes, we love Amy. Okay, I'm gonna give Amy a shout out. Also, Amy, somebody shared one of your videos in the Discord today, and I was like, we love Amy. Okay, let me give you a shout out really fast. I didn't actually read that Illidan book. It's really good. It's really good. I think everybody here highly suggests it. So. If you guys don't already follow Amy, please follow her. She is wonderful. She's so fun. Wonderful streamer, wonderful content creator, wonderful friend. She's just very welcoming community. She also does writing. She likes to write. She writes books. Great person to talk to about novels, reading, and she is all-knowing of Illidan. So she's actually very knowledgeable on Illidan. But yeah, wonderful, wonderful person. If you don't follow her, please go follow her. She is fabulous. And yeah, your latest video was shared in the Discord. Somebody shared it. It was really cute. Amy's my hero. I tell her this often. Yes, she's amazing. It was the Demon Hunter. Yeah, the Demon Hunter one. Amy, it was good. It was a good one. I tried the audiobook, but just couldn't do it. But I think I need to get it physically and read it. Yes, get it physically and read it. It's really, really good. Really good. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, also, sorry, really fast, for anybody who just joined and has never watched one of my streams. I'm Mackie. Hello. I am a fellow WoW content creator and streamer. I am currently running a World of Warcraft book club. So we are just finishing up, we just finished up our very first novel, Illidan by William King. And we like to meet in game, as you can see, and talk about the book. So right now we're going through essentially each chapter. We're talking about the chapters, giving our thoughts, things that we have felt or learned from the book. The book club is mainly for learning lore, right? Like learning more about lore and just diving deeper into World of Warcraft. So I also love to make player housing content. So player housing content is another thing that I really enjoy. But yeah, if you enjoy any of that, welcome in. Amy, I hope stream went well. I know you were doing your community night, weren't you, Amy? But I hope it went really, really good and really well. I don't know much as Joe does, lol. He researched so much for the fanfic he's writing, lol. Wait, is he writing an Illidan fanfic? Because that's what we've been talking about. He spent the last few hours trolling. Oh my gosh. Yep, got some cool new T-Mogs. Oh, that's awesome. How fun. Oh, didn't you run... Okay, wait, sorry. Didn't you run Black Temple? Is that what the community one was about? And doing old content, yeah. He is. Okay. I need to know when that's done. I will share it. I'll share it in the Discord because a lot of us are like, come on. No, that's next week. Oh, okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about the how the plans Akama and Illidan had for Maeve. I think we pretty much essentially talked about the most we can about that. We do understand, obviously, reading throughout most of the book or the rest of the book, like what the plans are. But it was interesting to just think about like what we thought in that time as we read the chapter, what we think the plans were going to be. Part 1 is up, LOL. Hold on, I'll post a link. It's Amy X Illidan, LOL. Oh my gosh, wait, what is this? Amy, sorry, what is this for? I'd like to know. Okay, let's look at the next chapter. So an epic battle scene played out in the chapter between Illidan, High Lord Cruel, demons, and demon hunters. What was your favorite part? So remember, oh, his fanfic. Okay. Amy, oh, I don't know if links will show up. Amy, do you mind sending it to me in Discord? Like a private Discord message, and then I will share it. Because I don't think I have links that will show up. But that would be wonderful if you could share that. That would be wonderful. But yes, in chapter 21, oh, perfect. Here, I'll accept the friend request. Yay, we're friends. I love it. Yeah, just send it right to me, and then I will share it. And then I will share it to the Discord, because I'm sure there's some people in here that would love it. There you go, good bot. So there was an epic battle scene that happened between Illidan, High Lord Cruel, demons, and demon hunters. We'll just kind of talk about it. It's a little bit difficult to go back and like try to remember essentially what happened, but I can't think of the orc's name. Illidan and his demon hunters, they came across an orc. They were torturing him to get information about this High Lord Cruel, right? Boom. Okay, got to get ready for bed. Okay, yes, sounds good, Amy. Thank you so much for the raid. I hope you get great rest and you just relax. And I'm glad that stream went well. Thank you so much for raiding, and we'll chat soon, okay? But thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your night. Thank you. So then High Lord Cruel eventually like comes out of a portal. They get into an altercation and they battle, right? And then High Lord Cruel underestimates Illidan and the demon hunters, of course, because everybody does at this point, because they don't really know much about them. But it was a very, very intense battle. It's very graphic. So yeah, if anybody has like their favorite part they want to share, you are totally welcome to do that. If not, no biggie. We can go to the next question. Yeah, it's a little hard. I guess reading the questions from last week is a little bit... We have to do a lot of recall. So I'll just give it a minute. If you guys want to share, great. If not, not a problem. We can move on to the next question. So, oh yay, looks like Kiki would like to chit chat. I'm gonna bring you up. Hello.
Okay.
Hi. Hi.
I feel like I haven't chatted here in a while. I just like to, I don't know, with the High Lord Cruel fight, it was fun to kind of call back to when I fought him as a world boss in retail.
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he is legit a world boss, and then reading the combat, and then remembering like how towering he is in general. Like they're just a couple of demon hunters, like maybe not even a raid size of like 10 or more,
right? Like
leaping and bounding over his huge axe or his huge sword. And I just kind of put myself back into the, I'm just a baby, whatever, baby class in Azeroth fighting this. And I don't know, I just, for some reason, it was fun to like get pulled back into my own fantasy as a player character. And then that link.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, that was my favorite part. Just the fact that I know who he is because I've seen him in the world.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really neat to see that too. I mean, we fight Illidan obviously in the raid, but that's like, you know, later on in the book, and I could go into that as well.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah, it was definitely really cool to I don't know, just recall the fight as a player character, and then seeing Vandal and Illidan fight him too. So
Yes.
really neat.
No, I totally agree. And I think one thing that I've loved about this book is like making those connections between the game and the book. That's been like the most memorable parts for me, because when something happens in the book that I know happened in the game, like my brain is like, oh my gosh, like it finally connects and I understand it and everything. So I like that was what you experienced when they were fighting him, because I mean, me personally, I don't remember that, but I know there's parts of the books that like I remember doing in game, but maybe somebody else doesn't. So that's the cool thing about reading this book kind of later on like we are, because it does make so many connections. So yeah, that was awesome.
Just a
Okay.
little 2 cents.
Would you like to share anything else?
No, that's it.
No? Okay,
Thanks.
perfect. Yay! Well, thank you for sharing. I'm going to put you back in the audience. Okay, perfect. Keiki, thank you so much. That was great. Thanks for starting us off too as our first little speaker. Thank you. Yeah, I loved what she said, because it kind of like it brought up my memories too of like in the book of like seeing or reading something that like I knew happened in the game and that I experienced, and it was just like my brain was just making all these connections, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, like blah blah blah. So no, that was really cool. That was really neat. The Alliance / Horde coming through the dark portal through the book was badass. Oh my gosh, I know. I'm like, we're gonna get there, because I'm like really looking forward to talking about when the character players, like the heroes, come in. I'm like, oh, this is amazing, because this is literally us. This is us, and it's like just so cool to like read it in more of like a realistic point of view. So it's so cool. It brought back from when I went to Outland for the first time in BC with my dad and uncle. Oh, I love that. Yeah, so many, like this book just brings out so many good memories and emotions. Even though it was very dark. I didn't play BC, but now I want to. It's a really great expansion, and they're going to be coming out with classic servers on it. So if you want to play it like fresh, you can wait till the classic servers come out in January. So January something, 20 something maybe? I'd have to relook it up. They're going to be coming out with Burning Crusade servers. Okay, I'll join the book club guild on classic. Yay! Yeah, we might have a little one. If there's enough of us, maybe we'll do that. I wasn't planning on playing BC again, but y'all keep mentioning. It might be just fun to experience it again. You never know. You never know. Okay, let me look through some of my questions. Let's see. We might just like progress down to our most recent. Okay, this question is good. This one's going to be related to kind of what we were just talking about, like what we're excited to chat about. So in chapter 23, the Illidan and the Demon Hunters have to go to the Dark Portal because obviously it's under attack. And as they go there, they see Horde and Alliance characters. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say characters. Horde and Alliance fighters or militia trying to defend the Dark Portal. They're trying to obviously keep the demons back. And so we see this. We know exactly what that looks like because when you enter the Dark Portal, that's exactly what's happening. And so my question is, what do you think would have happened if they were spotted by the Horde or Alliance armies? So when Illidan and the Demon Hunters came in, they ended up helping, right? They ended up defeating Cruel and a lot of his demons, but they weren't seen, right? Like they did it in like secret. But what do you think would have happened, right, if the Horde and Alliance armies spotted them? And kind of think of it a little bit complex. Like if you were a hero during that time and you looked over and you saw Illidan and the Demon Hunters like fighting demons, right? Like taking them down. Like what would you have done? You know? I mean, and you got to think of like a little bit of background, like what you were told before you went into the Dark Portal. I'm just like curious of like, what do you think they would have done? Horde and Alliance would have tried to kill them too. Right. And that would have been the first time they would have seen Demon Hunters. So they would have been like, what? I think they'd probably fight them. They would consider them enemies still because Illidan is the big bad and the demon hunters were made in his image. And that's mentioned, right? We'll talk about that too in the later chapters. I think they would have treated them like demons, been treated like the demons, like what Maeve thought with her fight with Vandal later. True. Yes, I agree. Okay. I'm prop Hallie would have main tanked the kill Jaden for him. I'm a prop Hallie would have main tanked the kill Jaden for him. Like for Gifted, are you saying about like you would have like went and helped Illidan? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it's an interesting like perspective when you see like when you see these interactions that happen, especially like they're more realistic, right? Like we have our game that we play in and you know and everything, but when you read like the books, there's so much more like real. Warning, Illidan supporter here. Would have not drank the blood, but yeah, kill those demons. Yeah, I don't think I would do it. I wouldn't have drank the blood either. It's too painful looking. Alliance would have still tried to kill them, but I feel the Horde would have at very least paused to consider the new info. That's true, right? And that's kind of talked about later in the book. The Alliance are like the you know, like, oh, we're here to destroy all evil and vanquish any foes, evil foes. And so they're like maybe a little less understanding of that, especially with the way that Illidan looks. It's also Illidan's fault for not expressing or explaining his actions. If he had just been honest with everyone to work together to fight the Legion, I wonder if he would have had more support. So true. He was so paranoid. I think he was so terrified of being recaptured by Kill Jaden that he like literally couldn't tell anybody what was going on. Kind of situation. So why did he keep so much to himself? I really think he was just so in his head and so terrified that Kill Jaden was gonna find him and like, you know, obviously like take him and torture him, that he like was like, I can't trust anyone. And it is true. The Legion has spies literally everywhere. So it's like, I think he thought if he went and told the Alliance or Horde, like there probably were spies there for the Legion. So they would have just reported it and then he would have been captured or something. Plus, he was met with a lot of hostility because of his actions and like what he's done. Like if Tyrande wasn't there to stop, oh my gosh, I can't even think of his name. His brother, I can't think of his name. He probably would have killed him. Malfurion, thank you. Yes, if she hadn't been there, Malfurion would have ended him. He also lost Kael'thas, which I think hurt him a lot, and a lot of people he was willing to tell things to. True, he probably was very hurt about that. I feel like Illidan believed he couldn't share his true intentions, though, because being honest had never worked for him in the past. He could save a kitten from a burning tree, and his people would find a way to find fault with how he did it. Exactly. He was just branded as such a bad person that people, like, literally weren't willing to see any good within him. So true. So true. Okay, let's see. Oh, chats. The times he has spoken up, people didn't believe him anyway. So true, Noobsy. Anytime he was mentioning it, people wouldn't, they were like, what? Like, no way, we're fine, you know? Like, what are you talking about, Legion? Like, what's Legion or whatever? You're right. You're so right. Okay, I feel like that one goes into the... Okay, so we're going to dive into this week's chapters, okay? Because these are so big and everything else, like, really connects with it. So in chapters 25 and 26, Illidan believes that in the game he played, tens of thousands of lost lives were a neglectable cost. However, he can't seem to feel any remorse for it. He even plans to use a sacred Draenei mausoleum, which is Akadon, to power his key to Argus. Akama is furious that he is going to be collecting more souls of the Draenei. After learning about what occupies Akadon, do you think Akama is aware of what is happening there? How do you feel about Illidan doing this? Because we know in chapter 25, he is going to go do this, right? He's going to go to this place. It's a sacred cemetery for Draenei. It's like a sacred place. Kama totally doesn't agree with it. He's very upset about it. I'm curious though, like, do you think Akama really knows what's going on there? Because when Illidan does go to visit it, it's obviously filled with a lot of bad things. So it's kind of like, I'm curious on how you guys felt like with him ending up like with what was actually there and what he did. Like, was it as bad as it sounded before he went? I was literally holding my breath during that part. So suspenseful. I know. Yeah, that's like probably one of the most stressful parts in the book. I don't believe he knew, but if Illidan showed him, I think Akama would have been blinded by his hatred and would have blamed Illidan somehow. True. No, Akama would be even more upset if he knew. That's true. Because, I mean, Akama's like, the way Akama described it, he was like, it's a sacred, like, place for Draenei. It's a cemetery. Like, you can't go do this to it. But then, like, and even Illidan was shocked, right? Illidan goes to it, and he's like, oh my gosh. But it's, like, a lot of bad stuff happening there. I mean, you have, like, the necromancers. You have all of the undead. You have all the spirits. I mean, it's not a friendly place. His entire Felorc army was destroyed going there. Yes, he was able to obtain all the souls that he needed to charge the 3 crystals. But, like, it cost him so much. Like, so much. And he also became very weakened after that, too. So after the whole thing had happened and they visited that and they came back, like, well, he was obviously the only one who survived. He portaled himself back. He was, like, pretty weak by it. Trying to look at what chapter was that? 25, 26. I was gonna try to look at Akama's description. But also Illidan said he knew what really happened because of the visions from the School of Gul'dan. Oh, true. But I don't think they actually told us, the reader, what happened. Yeah, the School of Gul'dan, I mean, he definitely had a lot of knowledge, right? From the orc, from what he had already experienced and what he was doing. But yeah, that might have been left out. I think it was his hubris and downfall, thinking he could go there without some sort of negative outcome. I agree. Again, very very overconfident, right? But maybe not even that. Yeah, maybe not even overconfident, but like very what's a good word? Very, not risk, well, it is risky. Reckless. Very reckless of him. And he even kind of admits that at the end, too. He's like, again, his head is just getting filled with so many doubts. And what is he doing? And is this going to work? And why is he making these mistakes? And blah, 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 and all this stuff. But yeah, he literally, that chapter was crazy. Insane. See, according to Akama, this was a holy site. Okay, so he was surprised. Illidan was going off of what Akama was saying, but something had gone wrong. There were many and conflicting rumors that a dark ritual had unleashed the dead, that the orcs had tampered with something best left undisturbed. Very much in his head or high on his horse because he's the all-powerful sorcerer and absolutely needs to be the destroyer of Arkmond and kill Jaden. Yeah, so true. Sorry, y'all gotta leave a bit early tonight, but I hope you all have a good rest of the book club. Yes, Sarah, sounds good. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll let you know. I know I'm gonna be doing that giveaway, but if you're not here, I'll send you a message. That he had to use the souls to power his crystals. Yeah. Yeah, good night, Sarah. Thank you so much for joining. We'll miss you. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, Akama was very much like, you can't do that. It's a sacred place. And then I think Illidan really did think that. And then when he got there, he was like, okay. This is not good. Okay. All right, let's look at chapter 27 and 28. So Illidan meets an elder Naru while spirit walking on Argus. The elder Naru tells Illidan that he will defy death. How do we know this to be true? Illidan also faced lots of doubts in the end. Do you think he was being fed this doubt by Killed Jaden, or was it his own? So we know. How do we know, right? We know. Reading this, the elder Naru tells him you will defy death. I want to hear what you guys think of that, because I'm in my head. I obviously feel like we see that in the book. We don't, but later on we do. Scott, hi, welcome in. Hi, Mackie. Sorry, I'm not here. I'm moving. Oh my gosh, Aaron, no problem at all. No problem at all. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't even worry about it, dude. I hope moving is going well. We miss you. But yeah, no worries. I think we know that he'll defy death because he said that demons can only be killed in the Twisting Nether. That's how the Burning Legion keeps coming back fight after fight. Okay, so true. Which I just learned. I really learned about that just through this book. I had no idea about that about demons. So I think I miss being there. Thank you. I know. Yeah, it's hard, but I hope moving's going well. I hope it's not too stressful, and I hope that it's not being too complex. It's easy. Moving's really hard, but hopefully it hasn't been too hard on you. That was a new fact for me as well. Yeah, I had no idea about the Twisting Nether with demons. So maybe he's more demon than hunter, which allows him to be immortal more or less. So I figure his whole thing is refusing finality and evolving from the present situation. True. He's very ornery. He's like, I'm not gonna go. But we know that in Legion, right? They resurrect him, don't they? Isn't it in Legion? They're like, bring him back. So I was just curious if that's what the elder Naru was talking about. Like you're gonna defy death. Like you have to die now, but you're gonna come back. And I was curious if that was gonna be from like the Legion situation. It's been fine. It's just me, but I'm done after tomorrow. Oh, well, I'm glad you'll be done after tomorrow. Yeah, moving and packing up is so hard. So complex. I'm sorry about that. Is there another Illidan book from the Legion timeline? I don't know if there is. That's a really good question. I have to look it up. That and maybe more in the coming expansion. He is the child, or light and dark, or whatever. Oh, I think it wasn't it Aaron who... I think it was Aaron who mentioned that. Like his predictions on Midnight. And I won't say any more because I don't want to give spoilers, but I think it's somewhere in Discord Aaron mentioned something about, I think it was Aaron, mentioned something like his predictions on Midnight and about that, because that is going to be a big deal in Midnight, right? I think this book was written in 2016. Isn't that around when Legion came out? Oh, maybe I have to double check. That and maybe more in the coming expansion. Oh, wait. Okay. During the scene with the Elder Naru, I kept thinking back to the I Am My Scars cinematic. True. I need to rewatch that cinematic, actually. I thought in the Black Temple, his soul was trapped in a crystal, so technically he did not die. That's probably right, and Nickel will definitely be able to check that out when we take our field trip. So I'm excited about that. Yes, it was me. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Aaron put in, I want to say it was in the historical speculation. Yes. So if you guys are curious and you want to read it, it's in the historical speculation. It's like, I don't know if it's necessarily considered a spoiler, but just know that it is about Midnight. It's Aaron's predictions on some of the Midnight and some like Last Titan stuff. So if you want to avoid that because you don't like, you're just worried about spoilers or whatever, go and check it out. But it was very interesting to read, and like with us meeting the Elder Naru, it just kind of like makes more sense, right? So anyway, but I won't say any more because I don't want to accidentally spoil anything. But if you do want to check that out, it is in the historical speculation tab in Discord, and Aaron is the one who posted it. It's just a little bit. It's not too far up in the feed. Illidan returning has to deal with what happens to him directly in the Argus patch. Ooh, I'm excited. I need to really read about that before. Otherwise, I'm going to be probably a little bit lost in that. I don't want to miss I don't want to miss anything because I don't like fully understand. Zira specifically says the void will rise again after Legion falls, and Illidan must defy death so he can fight it. Okay, there you go. And that was the thing that Elder Naru was saying. He's like, there's something way worse than the Legion, and it's the void. So get ready for that. Which we've seen, right? We see that with Midnight, and we've seen that with War Within, with Xalatath. So, ironically, Void Demon Hunter's next. I know. Hey, I'm just so excited because Void Elves are my favorite. I love Void Elves so much. Bilberry and Aaron bringing us all back to the theory crafting. Grab your tinfoil hat. Hey, they're going to be the ones that, like, when it happens, they're going to be like, see, we told you. We told you. Okay, let's see. Oh, the other thing I wanted to talk about, okay, let's finish the second part of the question, and then I have another one I want to talk about. So, do you think... So, Illidan also faced lots of doubt in the end. Do you think he was being fed this doubt by Kil'jaeden, or was it his own? Because at the end of the book, I mean, literally, he's like constantly like, I don't know if this is right. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like am I going into just, is this all for nothing? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not powerful enough. And you know, Kil'jaeden is the deceiver, right? And he does this kind of stuff. So, like, do you guys think Kil'jaeden still has some sort of, like, influence on him during this time? Or do you think it was all his own? Will Void Elf be able to be Demon Hunter? Then I'll probably race change mine. Yes, Void Elves in Midnight can be Demon Hunters. And I'm so excited. They're also coming out with a new spec called Devourer. So it's, and it's a little bit more of like a range class for Demon Hunter. The line that you can't ever escape your demon of doubt, that hit me deep. Ooh, yes, same Kayla. Yeah, demon of doubt. And I think too, like, looking at that as a like real life thing too, it's so true. You could almost relate to Illidan more. Like, he became very relatable during this chapter. He became more like human, more like showing his actual fears, not this like, I'm all powerful and I know what I'm doing and I'm like really smart and I can like, you know, deceive all these people, or I can betray all these people, but I'm like always on top kind of thing. Like, it really gave us a light on like his true emotions. But we've all struggled with doubt, so we can like relate to that. There's a quest in Karash that hits at it. You help a Void Elf NPC and one of the raid bosses as a Void Demon Hunter, and there's a pre-patch quest to help the same Void Elf become a Demon Hunter. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool. Keiki, did you just change your username? Or am I crazy? Did you just change your username? LOL, I did. Okay. I was like, oh my gosh. Sorry to confuse. Oh, no. I always knew you were a gamer girl. I always knew that. I knew too, though. Like, I was like, I'm pretty sure it didn't say Kiki at the beginning. But no, that's great. It's perfect. I love it. No worries at all. No confusion. I knew you were a gamer girl. I just was like, I just knew when you posted. I'm like, she changed that. I think he... Oh, wait, I want to see what... Okay, hold on. I got to see what Nickel said. For it was both. Kil'jaeden lives rent-free in Illidan's head and vice versa, so KJ is just amplifying what is already present in Illidan's psyche for me. Okay, I agree. That's exactly what I was just going to say. I think it was a little bit of both. I don't think Kil'jaeden has the same amount of influence and power over him that he used to, but I think he's still, like, there. We can also almost consider Illidan, like, had experienced trauma with Kil'jaeden, and so it's like, even if Kil'jaeden isn't fully the one influencing him, it's like as if like he still feels like he's in his head, or he's just like taken on that like conscience, you know, like the doubts and stuff like that. going by Keiki a lot more, so I swapped it. Oh, perfect. Oh, I love it. Keiki the gamer girl. It's cute. Okay. All right. Chapters 29 through 31. I am so excited to talk about this. During these chapters, we read about the Azerothians that helped Akama and Maeve defeat Illidan. These heroes are who we played as during the Burning Crusade raid, Black Temple. How was it reading about it? What stuck out to you? Did you enjoy reading a more realistic version of our characters? This was my favorite part of the book. Favorite part of the book. Because I was like, that's me. There's a part where they talk about a girl warlock. I have to go back. And I was like, that's Mantel. That's me. Hold on, I gotta find it really quick. Okay, right here. A warlock cloaked with spells of protection charged at him, staff raised high. Illidan struck at her, but the wards surrounding the warlock neutralized some of the power of his blow. More and more spells hammered at him. He felt corruption seated within his flesh. It started to rot, and I was like, yeah, that's a warlock right there. It was such a cool part. Like, it was so dope to just read it. Loved reading about something I feel like I was a part of. Yes, loved it. Yes, it was so cool. Where they talk about Akama's shade, I never knew what that boss was about literally until today when I read it. Same. That was like a huge connection in my brain. I was like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. Because I used to just go in and like just defeat it, right? For like transmogs, like whatever. But now I actually understand it. And it's cool because he talks about like his friends that are with him, his friends from Azeroth helping him defeat. I've done the fight with mechanics without breezing through it, and it was fun to imagine the combat and the phases too. You know, I was kind of thinking it would be fun, because you know how they come out with like time walking, like Burning Crusade, and you can run the Black Temple. That would be fun to do, to actually experience it, where we have to like pay attention and not just do one shots. This is the first time I've read a book for a game I've played, and it felt like reading a boss fight, and it was cool. But at first, I was like, yeah, TBC time walking raid is fun to do. Yeah, I thought it would be something. Sometimes you don't just breeze through it. True. That's why I thought that would be fun. It'd feel more realistic. Wait, is this play about us? I know, it was so cool. I loved reading about that. It made me feel so immersed. Serpent Shrine Cavern and Sunwell 2. And he felt the corruption. Oh, this book was so good. I know, I loved it. It just like made it so realistic. I mean, as a warlock, you cast your corruption, and you're like, corruption, and then it's just like on the character, right? But like actually reading about it, and it's like descriptive, I'm like, ooh, that's so cool. Are there other times in WoW lore where shades of people's souls are used? Okay, that's a great question. I'd have to Google. I'm not sure. I'd have to Google, but I'm sure there is. Watching Akama literally fighting his own demons was crazy. I'd love to do the time walking raid as a group. Yes, me too. So I'll have to take a look at like when the next time walking is for Burning Crusade, and maybe we can get a group together for the raid. My therapist will hear about this, LOL. Yes. Just like go to your therapy session and just like, anyway, so I'm like reading this WoW book and this is what's going on. You can't get the title, but the Hand of Adal quests are still available to do in retail, and they are tied to a lot of what happens in the novel. Ooh, thank you for sharing that, Erin. Okay, we're gonna need to look into that. Just some more immersive things to do in the game to connect to the book. So, can we put my demons in a box? Here's my box. Bring a physical box and be like, I just want to put my demons in here, please. Just let me put them in. Not sure either. Sometimes you fight the avatar of someone, so like a copy of a miniature version, but unsure about shades. Yeah, we'd have to research it. I don't know. That's a really good question. But that was my favorite part of the whole book. Loved it. Getting to read the heroes, and it was so graphic. Oh, and you just felt so bad for some of them. Oh, and then a part that made me actually laugh a little bit out loud. Okay, let me read it. You guys will probably You guys probably thought the same thing. Let me find it. Oh, we also need to talk about... Okay, let me do this. I'm sorry. I'm bouncing back and forth. And then I need to talk to you guys about Vandal. Okay, a massive warrior emerged from the pack, grabbed a heavy plate, protective spells woven around him. Illidan saw the network of defensive magic that connected him to the Azerothian casters. Illidan leapt forward and struck a powerful blow with his warglaive. The warrior raised his shield to block it. Illidan took advantage of the opening to slash at his neck with the left-hand blade. And it's just like graphic, but then I won't read the super graphic, but then he got healed, right? So everything put him back together, drawing the blood back and knitting torn flesh and severed veins. Illidan summoned a parasitic shadow fiend to him. The creature slithered out of the twisting nether and into reality, racing toward the spellcaster. It's just funny because you like think of it like in game and it's just not as like crazy, right? Like this is so graphic. But there's a part where they literally say, he says, oh, he must have defeated all the easy ones. And I laughed because I thought, oh my gosh, that's so like floor warmers, you know, like the people that like, you know, die early on in a boss fight. I just kind of giggled. I thought it was funny because he's like, oh, I must have defeated all the easy ones first. So I could just picture like the people that always like, you know, they go the quickest at the beginning. You never considered threats from Azeroth resulting in him being like, who are you? Yeah, exactly. Agreed. He didn't see them as a threat until they were a real problem. Playing Remix, they have us battle as Illidan and take on NPC raid. Such a fun way to look at the fight too. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know they did that. But anyway, I thought that part was funny. That made me laugh a little bit. Not the fight where they would get stitches together. God, it's so good. It's so Dungeons and Dragons feeling. Oh, I know. Some of them I do feel bad. Like there was a druid, like a female druid. She was like running and she accidentally ran into like his blue fire on the ground and it like wouldn't go out. So she's like rolling around. I'm like, oh no. But it's funny because we just don't like see it as that like descriptive and graphic like when we play the game. So it was just really fun to read it. Okay, I have two final questions. And then we're done. We're officially ending our Illidan book club. Well, our Illidan book November read meeting. After we do the giveaway, of course, too. I also liked how we are not the protagonist in the book and highlighted how much of a blunt instruments we could be for the plot. Yeah, I guess it depends on whose perspective you're looking at, right? Okay. Oh, and got to show off our transmog too. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Let me just ask my last two questions. We'll do transmogs, we'll do giveaway, and we'll go from there. All right, final questions. What perspective do you now have about Illidan after this book? What is now your perspective of Illidan? Mine has completely changed. Is this for chapters 1 through 8? No, Ace, it's not. Now we're asking questions for the entire book. I'm so happy to start Arthas, lol. I know. I literally like jumped for joy when we no, I want to read Jaina. Don't get me wrong, I do want to read Jaina. I absolutely adore that book, the Arthas book. I just love it so much. It was the first World of Warcraft book I ever read, and it was just so fabulous. I'm so excited to read it again. So I'll kind of start with my perspective on Illidan. I think he's got such a one-track mind. So true. So true. I never said my Legion was such a love expansion, but now reading about him, I completely understand. He did a lot. I mean, more than I ever knew. I knew he was always such a big character, but like I did not realize how much he was like actually trying to protect Azeroth. Like if you just look at his actions, you're like, dude, he's a terrible person. But like he was really trying to protect Azeroth. He really was. And he was sacrificing things and being like very like cruel about it, but like he's like does nobody else understand like what's gonna happen if we don't take care of this Legion thing? I like him and think that he is deep down a good guy. Like everything he has done has technically been for the good of the world. He just goes about it wrong. LOL. So true. Yeah. I think he's very haughty, very stubborn, and definitely is like the enemy of our enemy is our friend. We got to really see the bigger picture. And if you can't, then you'll be like the rest of the Night Elves. So true. Protect Tyrande, let's be honest. Yeah, he's really all just doing this for Tyrande. The Huntress is nothing without the hunt. You are nothing without me. He just had to get a last dig on Maeve before he went down. I know, right? He did. And it even mentions he felt bad for her. He was like, it literally said like, he had like a little remorse for her. Like he felt bad for her. Her realization at the end too. I know. She was like, then she felt like attacking everybody. That would have been insane. Is Illidan strong? Yeah, he's mega strong. Yeah, who would Maeve even be without Illidan? Yeah, she wouldn't be really much, I don't think. Fine, I'll do it myself, and you either die or you live long enough to see yourself become the hero. The villain typing is hard. I was like, oh, good twist. To see yourself become the villain. So true. She nearly became the phase 4 of the last boss of Black Temple fight. I know. She went crazy. I know, she walked away pondering those words like, damn, I think he's right. Well, again, she became so obsessive. I mean, he was obsessive too. Look at all the mistakes he made because he's like, oh, I just have to get this portal up. I have to get to Argus. I have to do this. And he lost because of it. Like if he had been more aware of what was like happening around him, like he probably would have been able to do the temple or the portal and get there, but he just like wasn't. I know, she walked away pondering those words like, oh yeah. Illidan is the Lord of the Outland. So yeah, he's pretty strong. So yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I think the theme of the book for both characters is their mission consuming them. It's why people fear Maeve. So true. And I think Maeve, like, and this, I think too, sometimes, like, certain characters, like, both Illidan and Maeve were crazy and obsessive. So, like, I guess my question is, like, why are people more accepting of like Illidan's behavior and obsession versus like Maeve's? Because they're very similar. But if you were to put a poll up and you're like, who do you like more, Illidan or Maeve? It'd be like, Maeve would not win, right? She would be like, but if you think about it, they were so similar in their obsessions. So I was just always kind of curious about that. I don't think he was truly ready to go to Argus yet. True. That's a good point. I don't think he would have. I think it would have. Yeah, they wouldn't have made it. Yeah, he was only like level 83. Needed to be at least a 120. Yeah, he was not ready. He really started scrambling at the end too. He was losing support, but was so focused on his private mission that he couldn't get the support up. Right, and like he wasn't telling anyone. So everybody's like, yeah, we don't know what to do. No idea. Okay, my last question. It's my last question. What was your favorite part in the entire book and why? It could be super simple. You don't have to go into like complex reasoning. I just would love to know like what your guys' favorite books is, or favorite part. I also want to know, I'm just going to throw this in here. What would you rate it out of 10? Favorite part, and what would you rate it out of 10? I think we get more complexity from Illidan while not knowing much about Maeve. We just know that her obsession is Illidan. True, right? I guess in the book we did get some, but yeah, if maybe we had a book more on her perspective and like what she went through, especially like with everything back, 10,000 years before or whatever, maybe we'd be a little bit more understanding. Knowing how the Demon Hunters were made and all the struggles they went through, I gave this book probably an 8 out of 10. I agree. The transformation process was super interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about it. Walking through in-game places throughout the novel, 8 out of 10. Do you know how to process for sure? 8 out of 10 Vandel's chapters made this book. Yes. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. You guys, I thought Vandel died. I was like so sad. I was so sad. And then right at the end, he wakes up and I'm like, yes, oh my gosh. I was so sad. 7 out of 10 for me. It was interesting, but some parts were slow for me. I get that. Vandel's story was my favorite part too. Thank goodness for Vandel. We love Vandel. I honestly like the combat scenes. I really brought me back to being a player character. Love Vandel. I think 7 out of 10 too. I wish we had more inside Illidan's head. 10 out of 10. The book did such a great job at showing us how complex the world is. So true. It was a great first like lore novel for us to read. My favorite part is the Black Temple raid, and as far as Warcraft books go, I rated a 10 out of 10. Yes, it's very good. Black Temple was also one of my favorite parts. 10 out of 10, I loved the play-by-play as the Azeroth players went through the Black Temple as Illidan, Vandel, Maeve, and are doing their own thing. Loved the Azeroth player part. Vandel is in the Legion Demon Hunter campaign. Oh, I see, and I if I play it again, I'll know that I would catch that. I would catch that. It's like he's a cool new character that we learned about. 6 out of 10 for me, but I think part of that is this isn't typically the type of book I like to read. Maybe when I'm more into these, I'll rate them higher, LOL. That is fair. That is fair. I'm curious when you read Arthas. Because I've already read Arthas, like if you were like, Mackie, like, which book would you rate higher, like Arthas or Illidan? I would rate Arthas higher. But I need to read it again. Obviously, it's been a while since I've read Arthas. But I can't wait for you to read Arthas and see what you think. Arthas is my favorite WoW character. I can't wait. Same. Verdus is too, as a bad guy. Yes. I need to learn more about him. I don't even... Verdus. Is he one of the Demon Hunters? I can't even think of who that is. Or is he one of the Blood Elves? I really thought some parts of the books were really dry and relied too heavily on plot than I usually like. So I love Vandel's chapters because we got such strong characterization. I agree. The only thing I would say that was a little bit difficult for me in the book was some of the writing, like using the word awesome broke immersion for me. But I loved the length of each chapter. I thought it was a very well-paced read. There was maybe a couple times I got like a little bit like I would zone out, but for the most part, I felt like it was pretty engaging, and I loved the length of the chapters. I thought the chapters were a good length. I put Arthas and Illidan novels on the same level. Characters too, LOL. Yeah, I cannot wait for Illidan. Or not Illidan, Arthas. We already read Illidan. He was great. Okay. Oh my god. We did it, you guys. I don't think I have anybody. Oh, wait, you do have. Oh, wait, hold on. Newbies. I've loved WoW lore since day one, so my perspective of him has always been the same. He is a hero that is willing to make the sacrifices that are needed. A world where no sacrifices need to be made would be ideal, but sadly never possible. I think in the end, Azeroth in the universe may have lost more by seeing him as nothing but a deceiver versus someone that understood what the threat truly is. It's a great perspective and so true. He had to do these like very difficult things that nobody else really wanted to do, and that put him as like a bad guy, but he was truly doing it in hopes of protecting Azeroth. So I did download Arthas, so I'll give that one a whirl too. Yay! I can't wait for that. I felt the same with the YouTube audio. There were some things I thought were mispronounced, and I was like, yeah, I get that. Christy Golden as a narrator, though, like in the Audible version, is like my favorite. Her voice is so lovely. I cannot wait to listen to her again read. So, I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, holy moly. Okay, really quick. Let's do one big cheer. We did it. We did it. We finished. We completed Illidan. We did it. I'm so excited. Congrats to everybody who got through the book. We're still going to do a few other things, but I just genuinely want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. This very first book that we read together was fabulous. It was so fun, but you guys are the ones who made it so amazing. And I just want to thank you guys seriously so much. This book club has been such a special experience for me, and I hope it's been a special experience for you guys as well. I'm so excited to continue this on, and I seriously want to thank every single one of you. Thank you so much for putting in the time to read the book, the discussions, coming together for book club. It seriously has meant so much. So thank you guys. Very excited for Arthas next month. We're gonna do Arthas for December, and we're gonna do Blood Ties for January. So we're set for December and January. February, when February rolls around, we'll pick another book. And I'm very excited. Very excited. Christy is a lovely person. Her writing makes me so happy. Oh, I know, same. Thank you for bringing us together. I'm excited for this month. Oh, of course. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm so happy. Woohoo. Yeah, Christy Golden, we get to read the next 2 months, so I'm very excited about that. Very excited. Okay. So really quick, I'm going to do the giveaway in case anybody needs to go. And then I'll do the transmogs. I do want to look at transmogs, but I am going to do the giveaway really fast. The way I'm going to do it is I do have a little wheel that I have, wheel of names, but I do just need to make sure that I have everybody in it. I just want to make sure that that everything is like set in stone. I do need to add some names really quick who is currently here. So please let me do that really fast. Okay, New Jeans, I did 3. Bilberry. And I have to double check mine. So sorry, just give me a second. Bilberry, I need to add another one for you. This is a perfect time if you guys need to take a break, like grab a drink, grab a snack, stretch, use the bathroom. This is a perfect time to do it. I have to add people in, so it's gonna just take me a couple minutes. Quintagos, I got you 3 times. Great. Quinzella. Quinzella, were you at last? How many meetings have you been to? Have you only been to 2? Or have you been to 3? Because I have you down that you came to the first one, but you didn't come to last one. Just 2. Okay, cool. Perfect. Keiki. Kiki, I have yours written down as Wazzle, your character Wazzle, just so you know. So if I announce it, I don't have your character Kiki like the one you're currently on right now. I have you as Wazzle, just so you know. Lucia. Lucia, is this this isn't your first meeting, is it? Is this the first time you've ever been here? Oh, was just Maldus. I knew that. What the heck? What the heck? Thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Sorry, Maldus. I knew that. Do I have you written? I have you written down as Moldus. Okay. Okay. Gwen. Charlie, is this your first one that you've been to? Yes. Okay. Perfect. Free, you've been to 2. Oh, I have you down as 3. You've only been to 2? I thought you... Oh, did you not come to the last one? I can't remember. I've been to 2. Okay, I'll change that. Thank you for letting me know. I had you down for 3. I did come to the last one, but I didn't come to the first one. Ah, okay. That's my bad. Okay, I think I have... Oh, Summer, I think I have you as 3. Yep, Summer, I have you as 3. Sarah, I have down as 3 as well. I'm actually so dedicated. I've been to 4. Y'all just weren't here last week. I know. I like missed you guys. Like I missed doing it so much. I was like, oh. Gorgub, morning. How are you? Welcome in. I'm here in spirit. Yes, you are. Aaron, I still have you down for 3. Because you're technically here. So I have you down. I have you down for 3, Aaron. Because you've come to all 3 of them, right? Oh, Newbies is here too. I need to add Newbies really quick. Add Newbies. Oh, Gorga, thanks for the gifted sub. Thank you so much. Oh, and it's to Amy. Yay. So maybe they were the one at the first meeting. I think you also have a Lizzie in the club. I'm Lego Liz. Do we have 2 Lizzies? I might. Let's see. Noobsy, I need to add you. Noobsy, you've been... Noobsy, how many have you been to? I have you down, but I have you as 1. You've been to other meetings, haven't you? Okay, so we have Liz and Lizzie. Quinzella. Yeah, Quinn, I have you. I have you in here. Lizzie, you've been to 2, right? Sorry, guys. Thanks for being so patient and everything. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. I think I have everyone. I think we're good. I should have everyone. Let's see. Let me just double check this. Fantastic. 3. Try that. I have Liz. B. Who's your character in WoW? Do I have you in here? Oh, and I have him. I was gonna add. 2. She's Delphine. Okay, B's Delphine. You guys are so good. Oh my gosh, Delphine. Or Delphinian. Delphinian? Delphinian? I say Delphine. That's probably not right though. You had it right, Delphine? Okay, perfect. Okay. I have you down for 3. Okay. I just want to make sure I have everybody. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's taking a hot minute. I just don't want to miss putting people in, just in case. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. All right, you guys ready? Hold on, let me get this up. Copy. Let me get it up, and then we'll spin, and we'll see. I don't know. No, this isn't the one. I need. Sorry, hold on. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna shuffle so that nobody is next to each other. Are you guys ready? We're all dancing. Ready to go? Ready to see?